Got to see, she's got glasses on.
Okay, you ready to go?
Yep.
Alright, this is my final major project presentation. What am I going to do? For my final major project, I would like to do a live action fight scene. This is because I have done a fight scene some time ago and it turned out well and I was happy with the outcome considering it was just made for fun in the moment with my cousins. Since then I have watched and taken further notice into how fight scenes are choreographed, shot and edited. There are a lot of things I can look at for inspiration and tips if need be, which means there is a lot of things that will benefit my theory work, as I know that there is a lot I can talk about from the knowledge I already have and the knowledge I will gain throughout the project. The reasons I want to create a fight scene are I've had previous experience creating one and it's fun to make. This one will be more structured and will be better than the previous ones I've done because I have and will learn more on the topic and there will be serious planning. It requires a lot of editing and camera tricks to make it look legit. I have martial arts experience and would like to use it to benefit my course. The fight can be shot in a reasonable time frame. There are many story ideas and scenarios that could work, and there are several locations it could also be shot in. There is a lot of people, films and programs I could look at for inspiration which will help my research for the task. I could also speak to instructors such as my old Jeet Kune Do teacher for research and advice. I can also contact various people online and hopefully gain more research. I also know various people who would be down for helping and getting involved with the project, such as my cousins and or friends. My inspirations are actors like Jason Statham, Donnie Yen and Dwayne Johnson. These actors are famous for their roles in action movies. They are also famous for the extreme effort they put into their daily lives and activities such as training, in brackets workouts and martial arts training, and for the dedication they put into their acting. Movies that inspire me are Ip Man, Fast and Furious, Karate Kid, Transformers, Die Hard, Captain America 2 and Sherlock, starring Robert Downey Jr., who actually practices in the martial arts style Wing Chun. This is my estimated timetable for the 8 weeks. So for the first 2 weeks I'll be working on the research, which will be primary and secondary research. In the third and fourth week I'll be focused on the pre-production, writing the script and working out with whoever I'm doing the fight with exactly how it's going to turn out. And on the 5th and the 6th week I'll be filming and editing, and then the evaluation and work that needs to be done afterwards will be done on the 7th. Again, this is just an estimated timetable, this might not be exact depending. In conclusion, I believe that this will be a fun project to make within the next few weeks. There is also a 2-week half term that I can use to my advantage. It will also show my skills in various aspects of film, such as my skills in camera work, editing, and more specifically my skills in sound placement, which is one of my favourite aspects of creating a fight scene because I have to remove the original audio or add to it later on lots of royalty-free / Foley sound effects to the movie, which makes it feel and look more convincing to the audience. That is the end of my presentation. Thank you for watching.
Okay, well, first thing, what's the media product?
Media product. So it's going to be a film, a live action film.
So it's not a fight scene then?
It's a fight scene within the live action, within the film. That's what I mean to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long is it going to be?
Roughly, I'm hoping about 3 to 4 minutes, no longer, no less. It depends what will happen in the film. I'm going to work more on where it's going to be set and story, and that will really tell me how long it's going to be. But it should be no longer than 5 minutes.
So
5 minutes for one fight scene?
Because there'll be like a build up to the fight scene, then maybe something will happen at the end. Again, it's something I'm going to work on with the ideas.
So it's more of a short film than a fight scene?
Yeah.
It's a short film with a fight scene in it?
Yeah.
So has it got a script?
At the minute I've got no script for it, no.
But will
I've
it
got
have a script?
Yeah, it will have a script. There won't be much dialogue in it, it'll be more just like, there'll be a build up to a fight scene, something that will cause one, then something that will end it. It'll be mainly, the main aspects of it obviously will be the fight scene, the atmosphere and...
So it's a short film?
So yeah, it's a short film.
Short film.
But the fight scene's the main aspect
Yeah,
of it.
it's the genre.
Yeah.
Okay. What directors are you going to be, or because you've mentioned actors, but the actors are the
Yeah,
they're not off their own back, are they?
No. That's something I should have stated actually, but yesterday I was watching the behind the scenes to one of the Ip Man films, and I can't remember his name because he's got like a really long Chinese name, but the guy who also directs the Ip Man 3 and also helped choreograph Donnie Yen's fight scenes, he's probably going to be a big inspiration for what I'm going to do, because he is not only it's not only their tutors, like their instructors, he actually comes on set to help them with the choreograph and directs it as well. So
you need at least 3.
Yeah.
Is he just directing the fight scene, or is he director of the entire film?
Well, he's an assistant director of the entire film, but he's also directing the fight scenes as well. But if I'm going to look at, I don't know the names exactly, but if I'm going to look at any directors for fight scenes, with the ones from Captain America, The Winter Soldier 2, no, Captain America, The Winter Soldier, Ip Man, and the Fast and Furious franchise, more specifically Fast and Furious 8, in the prison breakout scene.
Wasn't that John Woo?
I'm not too sure, but I'll look more into that from my research.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
need to look into
You need to know
directors.
that.
Yeah,
and
because they're like
research
the
into
main,
those.
they're the main fight scenes that inspire me more at the minute.
Well, you've got your, I mean, you were talking about Sherlock.
Mm.
I mean, that's Guy Ritchie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Director
yeah.
Guy Ritchie,
Yeah.
and his fight scenes are quite famous in that,
Yeah,
because he slows them down and does all that sort of stuff.
I really like that.
And that's taken on, that's sort of his style, his directorial style, which is quite different to everybody else's.
Yeah.
That is so much important, more than your, it sounds like you got the thing what you want to do,
Mm.
but you haven't got anything
You need
in
some
front of it.
research, don't you?
You need
Yeah.
tons of research, the reason why you're doing it,
Yeah.
the reason why you're thinking down this route, and I know you for old,
Yeah.
you'll do it the other way around, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to do any of your production until you see all that research stuff,
Well, we have to
Yeah,
sign
yeah.
off your production stuff, don't we?
Mm.
yeah, and the inspiration
Like you-
stuff first.
Take away.
Yeah.
It's
And
the only
all-
way to get a decent film, to be honest, isn't it? You know?
And who are you going to have in it?
Well, it's either going to be my cousins, or it will either be a few of my friends, either from college or outside of college.
Right,
So I've got a lot of different people I can look to if I need them.
when you say people in college,
Not this
Probably
course, no?
not.
No.
you
No,
can't
this
take them out
course.
of their own project, can you?
Well, the thing is,
They'll be busy, won't
I'm hoping to shoot the fight scene within the 2 weeks half term, because that
Oh,
gives me a
right.
lot of leeway to just, like, I've got all the time to
Right,
shoot it
Yeah.
then.
okay.
Because last year I shot a fair bit of and found a major project within the half term.
But also everyone else is going to be doing that, aren't they?
Yeah.
From college, so you need to be
Book
totally
your
aware
actors.
of that.
Yeah.
And with all due respect to Ethan,
Mm.
he's not trained in martial arts and how to
No.
fight.
Well, the thing is, when I did the fight scene last time with cousins, I just showed them like the odd way of how to like how to throw certain punches or certain kicks and stuff that might not necessarily work in real life, but it looks good on the camera. And it's
But
something that's
if
not
I was
shown.
you, like
Yeah.
you've done whatever, was it taekwondo or?
Jeet Kune Do, I did karate beforehand as well.
Yeah, well, you've done those.
So you've got access to people who do
I
that.
would contact
I've got
them.
one person
Yeah,
I
like
could
an
use.
academy or
No,
something.
you say you're going to contact the guy from
Yeah.
who
Oh,
does the
tutor,
class,
yeah,
so
yeah.
you can say to him, oh listen,
You
I
might
need an
have
actor.
students.
Yeah.
but I need 2 actors from your film, and
Mm.
that would look so much better than
Yeah.
using Ethan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Well-
God, you get such a much
Mm.
more,
You'll get a
much
professional
more,
look to it, won't you?
I think the chances of me getting the guy from JKD to be in the film are very slim. Cause
Not
obviously
him,
No,
it's
not
students.
one
Not
person.
him, one of his students.
maybe.
So
Yeah.
this-
You can ask his class, can't
Yeah.
you?
Well, my other cousin, who I've never done film with him before, but if he's free, then I would love to do it with him because he's had a lot of martial arts experience before me. He worked with, he had a few sessions with the guy who trained Batman from the Dark Knight films. He had a few sessions with the instructor, and I don't know what the martial art was called, but it was really, really good. He also did karate for several years before even I
But
did.
you asked
So
him.
I've not spoke to anyone yet about this, but
You
I
need
know
to get
there's a
that
lot.
sorted,
But
don't you?
But
I'll have to speak to him because he works. at
it
the
would
moment.
also
In case
come
people are
under
away,
your,
especially half term, people might be on holiday or
Yeah.
anything, won't they?
it would come under your evidence,
Mm.
contacting an actual client,
Might
Yeah.
not actually work. but-
professional.
Mm.
So don't use anyone from college.
Okay.
I want you to contact whoever that guy is who owns the taekwondo class, who does
Yeah.
them, and I want you to say to him, I'm doing this short film for my student
Yeah.
project.
Yeah.
Can you ask any of your students, or I'd even go in
Would
there,
they like the opportunity?
and I would love to have the opportunity to film them.
Because
Yeah.
they would like to see themselves filmed,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Mm.
As fighters, they'd like to see their work their sort of kicks and things slowed down, so that it would help them as well,
Yeah.
wouldn't it? To
The
improve
thing,
their skills.
thing I'm going to have to be careful with though, because when I did JKD, I ended up leaving after I moved house, like for several reasons, and I've not been back since, so I don't want to end up going back and then making it look like that's the reason I'm going back, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
but
that's
it's for your
Well, that's
student, isn't it?
very good.
Yeah, I have been saying to Mum recently though that I do want to go back.
But
You
it's,
see,
I want to
you
sort
got this.
myself
You got
out.
this idea, which on the
Yeah.
front sounds a good
You've got to be
idea.
able to do
Yeah.
it, haven't you?
But already,
You're saying
it's
there's going to
coming
be a
apart.
problem.
Well, that's just one issue, but apart
Yeah,
from
well,
that, I
you could
don't
do
really
with
have
something
any
that's not an issue, couldn't you?
you see, look, we've just been talking to you upstairs about your edit, your film edit,
Yeah.
and this is what I said to you. I'm worried about. You might start off with all these great
Try something
ideas,
you can do.
and then end up.
And
Don't
you're
set
gonna be
yourself up for
successful.
something that's not going to be doable.
and this seems loads more work than that film you've got to do upstairs.
My problem with the film last time was just the idea generation, and by the time I had an idea, it was too late. And
Yeah,
but
that's what I've got the problem.
Cameron, you ain't listening to what we're saying,
Listen,
right?
Yeah,
The idea is fine.
yeah.
It's the execution
Can you
of the
do it?
idea and
Yeah.
how can you physically do it.
Within the time.
We've already talked to you now, and
Mm.
the people that you're thinking about doing
The
it,
idea's
they're drifting
great.
off. So
Yeah,
you're
but
going to
it's
end up
falling
with people
apart.
who can't
Mm.
do what you want them to do.
Yeah.
That's
Or
going to take
nobody.
longer to do, or nobody to do it.
Yeah.
So you need a solid foundation of what you're going to
Yeah.
do.
What's achievable in that 9 weeks? Because it's such a short period of time, isn't it? Sorry.
I'm going to contact tonight, hopefully, if they're available, my cousins, speak to them. Because at the end of the day, with this 2 weeks half term, I can stay, like last time, I did stay at my auntie's for at least a week.
But
So-
also, you have to be ready by those 2 weeks with all your research and your
Yeah.
planning.
So that's a week
Mm.
So you've got
Because you're going to need
We're
the
off.
equipment ready.
this week and
You've
this
got
next week,
3
and then we're off.
days, and then you've got 5 days, and then,
And if you need to
That's
borrow anything off college, any equipment, how many other people are borrowing equipment?
well,
from
even
college?
then, we're not going to rent out equipment until we see all that work done.
If I can't get equipment from college, I might be okay.
He's not
because
listening to what you're saying.
I'm listening.
Not
I'm
that.
listening.
No.
Yeah, no,
I'm
let's
saying I
go
have a
back.
backup plan. I have a backup plan. If
I
that's
know, but you need to
Yeah.
be getting focused. None of this
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
distracted stuff.
no, I know. Yeah.
Write yourself a,
A regime.
well, not even
A
a
list.
regime, just
Yeah.
you need a diary, don't you, of what you're doing, when you're doing it.
How are
Yeah.
you going
And
to
tick
do
off
it?
that you have got people who will turn up.
Okay.
By the end of this week,
Because
you need
otherwise you're
actors,
gonna
and
be
when are you going to have them?
Trying.
When are you going to have all your research done?
Mm.
So, yeah,
Contacting actors only takes 2 minutes, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's,
I mean, being honest
you
about
need
it,
promises from them.
the idea sounds
Yeah, it
good,
sounds really good.
but the execution of it,
I'm just not
I'm a bit
convinced.
nervous about. Because, like Amy said, you haven't mentioned who the inspiration is.
Well, you need a lot of research.
You know, that's more
Where that fits in
important than your film.
history-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For moderation wise, like, you know, I keep going back to you being a perfectionist trying to edit this film
Mm.
today.
It's already
Yeah.
2-3 weeks late.
The end of the FMP,
Yeah.
if you get to a point
No.
where the edit's not going your way, you have to submit what you've done.
Yeah.
And you won't be judged just on the edit, you'll be judged on the work before it,
Yeah.
more so than the edit.
Yeah.
Mm.
So if you don't get your research right, your inspiration right, how am I going to make sure that your logs, so vitally important in this,
Yeah.
your daily logs of what you're doing. It's just, the idea is great, but
I need to make sure I structure everything, and that's what.
yeah, because that's your Achilles heel.
You need to find out who your target audience is.
Mm. Yeah.
You need to sort
Research.
of research a
side
bit
of
of
it.
history and
Yeah.
sort of,
Yeah.
I don't know, martial
There
arts.
is a lot of work that's going to be put in. When you said upstairs before, no, I know what I'm doing, it's not this difficult. I think this
When I
is
say it's
way
not
more.
that difficult, I mean, yeah, it would
It's
be hard
always
to do,
difficult,
but I mean,
isn't it? That's the
I,
point.
I know probably more so with this topic, more things I can do. Where if I was doing something else,
You gotta write a
I'd
script.
have to think. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got a script to
I
write.
don't think-
Storyboard,
Yeah.
script, structure.
Yeah.
Test shots,
Mm.
Then you
contingency
also,
plan.
what you need is,
Health
you
and
would
safety,
need
you've
to
got
edit.
fighters as well.
You need to edit
You need
it
good health
and
safety
have enough
as
time to get peer feedback. So you're going to get peer assessed by people.
Yeah.
That is not. I don't know
It's
when
not
you when are
very
you
good
planning on
is it?
doing your editing.
And is it 7 weeks? I thought it
Well,
was
no,
9
because
weeks.
Within
Estimated of 8 weeks, that says 7 weeks.
Yeah.
see, I
So you
wasn't.
lost a week
I spoke
somewhere.
to Jamie and Ethan, and who wasn't too sure whether it was going to be like 7 or 9.
You need to be really
Yeah,
sure, mate,
so
because
I
if you
just-
miss it by
yeah.
a whole week, you failed.
I just narrowed it down to 7 just for now, just so know what I mean? It's better than
But you haven't got
obviously
7 weeks, you've got
overthinking
9 weeks.
that I've got more time.
They're expecting
Yeah,
to put
9
9
weeks
weeks in,
last
aren't
week.
they?
I think it was 9 weeks last
Yeah,
week.
so they're expecting 9.
The actual, when it comes to the actual filming, I know the research is going to take longer, but the filming should only take a day or two. The editing I'll do whilst I'm staying at my cousin's anyway. So
You've
then
got 2 weeks there.
Where are you doing the editing?
it will be within the same time I'm filming, more or less.
On what?
Either my cousin's Mac or Eve, I can get my laptop sorted before then I'll use that.
See, so all
But
But
I've
if
got
there's
my
this-
cousin's
I don't know
Mac to
why
fall
that
back
is
on.
word.
And if not, if I can't edit it within those holidays, I'll have all the footage ready and I'll have the storyboards and
don't
everything.
say that because you've
I
had
will
2
try.
weeks
Yeah,
where you've been
Yeah.
editing, so
I
Yeah.
think you need
I won't
to,
have that problem.
Right. right,
you won't, but you
straight
don't.
away now,
Yeah.
you need to plan that you're going to edit it here,
Okay.
not at your cousin's.
Alright.
Because the worst case scenario is,
Mm.
you can't get to your cousin's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
your
that
Mac
doesn't
doesn't
work.
work.
The Mac
At least
doesn't
we've
work.
got loads of them, haven't we? As a
Yeah,
backup?
alright.
It needs to be edited here.
You need to fit into what's happening over the
Yeah,
days
yeah,
and
that
stuff.
makes sense.
So that needs to be planned and done.
And it's a 9-week project, not a 7,
No,
which
okay.
is huge difference.
Yeah.
It's hours
Well,
and hours of work extra.
Okay.
Fair,
right.
maybe you should work to 7 weeks because you.
Well, and give himself, think I'd give himself that
weeks
leeway.
after
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
maybe you
they're pushing
should.
to work it more.
Yeah,
Right.
so especially
Well,
due to his history.
I'm
That'd be a good idea.
going to go on the record now and say, before you start it, we need to see evidence, do your
Yeah.
researching,
Do all that
who your
research.
inspiration is,
Yeah.
and a brief outline of your story
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
that's
We
good.
haven't got a
Yeah.
storyline at the moment.
Okay.
before we sign it off.
What I'll do to think of more stories then, because I'm gonna. This is how I usually get ideas for stories anyway, especially for like fight scenes or anything in my head. Listen to certain music that I can use that obviously will be copyright free, and
No,
Just see
no,
what
no.
comes of
You
it.
need
Hang
to
on.
research
yeah.
films already, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you can add that in your research that you're
Yeah.
influenced by different music,
Mm.
but you, even if you are doing it off your own back, you need
Yeah.
to evidence that evidence that idea, don't you?
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
there going to be
So-
music playing in your film then?
yeah, yeah. Will be.
Probably.
Where do you
No,
put it?
yeah, there will
There
be.
is.
I don't know what words I said there.
over the top of the
The sound
when there's no
effects.
where there's no spoken.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
And even if there is spoken in it, I'll do it so obviously you can still hear them speaking
Yeah.
clearly and
Okay.
the audio level's alright.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you best get cracking on it then.
Crackalack. Yeah.
Okay, so
So-
when are you in
It's a
next?
short film.
Every day but Mondays. But I'm going to start coming on Mondays. So.
Right, so you're in tomorrow
Yeah.
and you're in Friday.
Put some dates on that as well. Actually
Yeah.
date it.
When
Okay.
you're going to get
Because
started
that's
on
right.
5.
I
You need to know
will
when
be
you're
saying
going to
Friday we need to see that.
What
Yeah.
time and
So Friday we need to see who your inspiration is, who
Okay.
you're going to research,
Outline of your
Outline your
actual
story, you
storyline.
start, your middle, your end, yeah?
Alright.
The
Wait.
narrative of it.
Narrative where you're going to film it.
make it
Alright.
much easier.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
Alright.
sorted.
structure.